VanVoorst. I'm an education manager here at Prairie, and we came here just in time for the member preview of SparkLab. Come on in, we'll show you what we got. SparkLab is a Smithsonian designed exhibit. One of the very first Smithsonian exhibits that Prairie has had in a very long time. We have 6 different activity areas set up where you can come and be an inventor and learn about the inventive process. So let's say you show them some of this. So this table is called Grab Bag Inventing. And each table has a prompt on it with a very loose challenge. So for example, this challenge says, can you invent something to keep all of your food at the right temperature? And at this table, you can utilize any of these supplies. We've got crayons, we have chalk, we have tape, we have colored pencils, we have string, pipe cleaners, yarn, bits of paper, pasta that you can use to make whatever your invention inspires you to make. So that's Grab Bag Inventing. And you can take those home with you too. All right. Looking at the ocean is another one. And you might think, well, we're not near an ocean. Indiana's a landlocked state. Well, we are, but we do have the White River that cuts right through our property, and the White River flows directly into rivers that flow into the Gulf of Mexico. So teaching and inspiring inventions that can help clean up oceans and waterways is really, really important to us here. So we've got some inventors happening here. And again, any of the supplies on this wall can be utilized to finish or complete your invention. Over here we've got sketching, and this is a really design-based location. So, can you sketch an invention to solve a problem? So think about a problem that you might have. That's what an invention is. An invention solves a problem. And then you can sketch it on this piece of paper. And if you have no idea where to start, you can pick from these buckets. So I'm inventing something to cook with. Then who is your invention for? My invention is for a grandparent. So that's something to inspire you to invent. So you've got pieces of paper right here and pencils. We also have a huge chalk wall that you can utilize if you need more space to think and to create and invent. Another really great thing about SparkLab is this SparkLab was specifically designed for Prairie. So we got to utilize some things from our own collection to inspire inventing. So this pocket watch right here was actually Eli Lilly's pocket watch. Eli Lilly was, of course, one of our founders here at Prairie. And then it's special because once Eli Lilly started to lose his eyesight, he had a pocket watch specifically made for him that would chime out the time. And it chimes out exactly what time it is right now. And then there's a sign that tells you how to tell that time, just by using your ears. Another invention activity right over here is called Soundscapes. Where again, you can use loose parts to make your own magical musical soundscape. And right over here, towering Teeter table. This is one of my favorites. So the challenge here says, can you build something very tall and narrow? Sure, I can, but if I put too many things on one side, it topples right over. So learning how to balance everything with our towering Teeter table. There's more blocks on the slat walls that you can use, and also more challenges and provocations that the staff really at any time can pull to switch it up and make it new and different. And I think one of the most popular areas right now has been Invent a Vehicle. And you can see all of the tools for inventing a vehicle are super cheap tools. PVC pipe, rubber wheels, gaskets to connect into pieces. So the idea of SparkLab is it's supposed to look like a prototype. an invention. This isn't necessarily a perfect final product. This is a prototype invention that can be tweaked along the way and tested along the way too. So this has been a very, very popular area just for opening day. Again, as I said, in Spark Lab, we got to pull some stuff out of our own collection. So this is a hand pump vacuum cleaner from 1914. Now, they had electricity in 1914, but for some reason, people wanted to make sure they got stuff clean, so there's a hand pump in the back, and it kind of caused some suction down here, and it sucked it up into the cavity up there. I'm not convinced it works any better than a broom, but the hand pump vacuum cleaner from 1914. Some fun games that were a really cool invention. So Lincoln logs from 1930, alphabet blocks from 1850, and it's spelling out spark. A spelling board from 1886. Tiddlywinks. So lots of fun games that are inspired about how leisure was invented. You know, people have always needed inventions for leisure time. And way up there is our Ansel Tony kite. Ansel Tony was an amazing kite inventor, and we actually have two of these in our collection. So this is one in our collection, and it actually does fly. So again, directly tying into our Indiana roots of invention, innovation, and aviation too. Great. So that is Spark Lab.
What other things aren't out?
Oh yeah. So Spark Lab came to Conroe Prairie with 10 pre-planned activities. So we have 6 out right now. But in our backstage area, we have 4 other activities that we can rotate through throughout the year, every other week, every other day. However, we often decide how often to rotate them. So there's a vertical wind tunnel that's like a 7-foot tall wind tunnel with a fan at the bottom, and you create your own flying machine. We've got gear heads and high wire driver, which are going to be really great for guests 8 to 12 years old. So if you're an inventor and an early engineer, it's using things like motors and Legos and gears to really learn about early mechanical engineering. There is Mobile Masterpiece, where you can create your own mobile, and creating space is sort of like a architecture, and we're learning the basics of architecture and making buildings and constructions. Again, out of very simple, easy materials that you can buy at the store or recreate at home if you have them.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then what can they do with their invention when they're done with it?
So some of the inventions, like grab bag invention and mobile masterpiece, you can take home with you. But we also have an area where you can leave behind an invention. Let's say you want to come back tomorrow or sometime over the weekend and finish your invention. So in this area on these shadow box shelves, you can leave behind an invention and finish it later, or leave it to inspire another inventor when they come to Conroe Prairie and do something completely different with it. Oh yes, and this wall talks about some young inventors. You know, when you think about inventors, we think of like Alexander Graham Bell and Thomas Edison. They're great. We have that picture in our head of what we think an inventor is. Inventors are any age, any race, any gender, from any place in time. So this wall, again, with items from our collection, highlight all sorts of inventors. Margaret Knight helped to invent shovels for cotton mills. So we've got a flying shuttle for a loom from a cotton mill. We've got some Christmas lights that were invented here in Indiana from early 1930s. And then, of course, Louis Braille, who invented Braille. You know, he was losing his eyesight, so he ended up with the alphabet language of Braille that people who are blind or low vision use today. Yeah.
And what should they do with this wall when they're done?
When you shoot this wall, take your invention, stand next to our label, and snap a photo just like our friends are here, so you can create memories all day. So this This isn't my invention, so I'm not going to claim it as my own. I don't have a patent for it yet. But you can stamp your invention here and show that you too can be an inventor at Prairie Spark Lab. Right? Thank you so much, and come and visit us in Spark Lab and invent something. And so the member preview is today, but we open up to the public tomorrow. And Spark Lab is open every day that the museum is open, 10 to 5, Tuesday through Saturday here at Prairie.